Hey guys, Midgo here from DN Models, and today we're going to take a look at Sparmax MAX-4 airbrush. This airbrush comes from Taiwan, and for those of you who don't know nothing about the company, it is good to mention that they are around since 1978 and producing their own products as well as manufacture some for the other brands. Sparmax are very popular with their compressors, moisture traps, and of course airbrushes, one of which we are going to take a look at today. By default, this airbrush is considered a budget one, although not much is corresponding to that label. The cardboard that wraps the box is black with glossy elements over it and description of the two airbrushes of the Max line, Max-3 and Max-4. Both feature 7 ml cup, 1/8 fitting, but they differ by nozzle size, 3 mm for the 3 and 4 mm for Max-4. The one in the box is checked with the red dot, so to know what you're getting. Inside of the cardboard wrapping, there is a plastic clamshell carefully wrapped in a plastic bag, which can be reused actually. Everything neatly arranged and carefully wrapped like a gift. The clamshell is made from milkish material, translucent enough to see the insides. The Sparmax logo on top of it. There is a stiff clasp holding it together, and this is no accident. On the side, there is a hanger with O-rings so you can hang your box vertically to save space. To keep everything safe and sound inside, Sparmax embedded all the parts in a way that they are stuck there and won't be loosened up easily. Everything is arranged in that manner, even the cleaning brush, which is placed beneath the spray gun so to be safe inside. On the bottom of the box there are two instruction sheets. First of them is the one for the Sparmax MAX-4 and features all the airbrush parts with description, and this includes pretty much the same if you got the Max-3 instead. Spare parts are available at sparmaxair.com and eventually at your local dealer. One thing I can assure you, they are very affordable. The parts are not many, pretty much what is standard for the typical airbrush of the class available in the market. There are some O-rings within this spray gun, but they are not as many as seen on some of the other brands. The instruction sheet continues with basic advisories, especially useful for novice airbrush users. As I mentioned, this gun is by default oriented towards budget-driven customers, which usually happen to be the newcomers. Everything is described properly and without boring explanation, just enough so to keep you informed and to make you ask yourself few questions before you start working with the Max-4. Most importantly here, it is mentioned how to prepare your paint, how to start, and then how to clean your airbrush. Last one being the most important thing to know. Also, there is maintenance and troubleshooting guide, which is quite short compared to the cleaning explanation. This is mostly because if you do clean your airbrush, you won't have much troubles with it, and that is pretty much guaranteed. The airbrush itself is far from its budget definition. Especially nice was for me to see how balanced it is, and you can see that for yourself here. It sits pretty nicely in your hand and serves as a continuation of it instead of being just another tool that you're holding. The coating of the cup inside is nicely executed and you can see where the paint goes, which is pretty self-explanatory. Sparmax advised that the new Max series airbrushes has better paint flow compared to the previous models. The assembly of the airbrush is pretty straightforward. There is a wrench for the nozzle, which if you flush after every session, you'll be able to reduce your use with. On the tail of the airbrush we have a needle stopper, which is typical for higher end airbrushes, which does not compare in pricing with the Max-4. This is for those who have insecure fingers, if I might say that. Another thing that I noted is the reddish sealant material that Sparmax put around the thread. This, on some brands, is switched for an O-ring, but I think here we have the better way to go. The add-ons being presented as a bonus to this airbrush set are 3. The cleaning brush is a tool that every experienced airbrush user have to have in his or her toolbox. Nevertheless, if this is your beginner gun, Sparmax added softish brush for cleaning purposes to add to your collection. Next add-on, I believe, is the most important one. This is the crown cap, which eliminates the need to risk your needle while spraying fine lines. Many of us use their airbrushes with bare needle, which is quite risky but provides better detailing options. To achieve the same result and still apply decent risk management, airbrush manufacturers made the crown cap, which still lets the unwanted air escape, but in the same time protects the tip of the needle. This is costly if you buy it separately, and here it is simply a bonus to the set. The third add-on has its own instruction sheet. If you remember, in the beginning I mentioned 2 instruction sheets. This is the second one. The add-on is an unusual one, and it serves for converting your dual action airbrush into single action piece. The instruction shows clearly how this is done. In case you are into spraying equal layers of whatever you might be spraying, this is the way to go. No matter if it is a primer, metalizer paint, or a varnish layer, they are all better applied with single action gun. For this, Sparmax included this particular conversion tool, and it allows you to turn your dual action airbrush into 2 airbrushes. It is simply a matter of seconds to achieve that. You just have to unscrew the bottom leg of the airbrush and screw in this add-on in its place. That will immediately convert your airbrush and will make it suitable for different needs. The trigger of the MAX-4 is very ergonomic, and from the tests I made I discovered that it is very well balanced too. It is not flimsy or too light nor too stiff. Longer spray sessions won't be a problem, as well as its cleaning afterwards. This goes for the whole body of MAX-4. It is made from expensive materials, and the coating, although fingerprint magnet, is one that is easy to be maintained. No matter if those paints or primer spots or drips from the cup, cleaning is a straightforward process here. Compared to matte coated airbrushes, this is an advantage, and for the ones made from plastic and wood, well, I won't even start to compare there. This is far ahead from many, and it competes only with the bigger brands in terms of quality and execution. Overall features of this Sparmax product are higher than what is announced for. The combination of everything of this airbrush screams quality, and although not the highest end of airbrush, it is not a budget one either. The price is more than affordable and leaves behind all of the competitive brands. Also, probably some of the competitors are using Sparmax factories for their own products manufacturing, so this leaves you with few choices. This is very highly recommended, and with this nozzle size, it will suit most of your needs for sure. Be sure to subscribe for more. I hope you find that review useful. Comment down below, and don't forget to check out Sparmax website for their other products. You won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.